What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Looks like the Clippers just signed a guy, a power forward named Malik Fitz. And he just played for the Celtics. He was just signed to the Celtics before, and now he's with the Clippers. And to me, my thing with the Clippers is, in this situation, the Celtics didn't want the guy. The Celtics didn't play him. So what do you think you really can get out of him? And this is the reason why I said the Clippers really need to focus more on that center position. The center position is where they have the most issues. The center position is where they are the weakest at. And in the playoffs, you're going to have to make some adjustments there, because everybody's not going to allow you to play small ball. Because depending on who you play, there's going to be some small ball play, but there's also going to be, there's also going to be some changes in the small ball play as well. And that's what the Clippers have to realize, because teams are not going to give them what they want. They're not going to be able to play them straight up small ball against everybody, because a lot of people are going to look at the Clippers and say, man, they're really talented. In that area, we have to counteract that. So if you play a team in the playoffs, they're going to try to use their big man to come at you and play more half-court basketball, but also have another weapon that they can use that the Clippers aren't, because the Clippers really don't have a big man besides Zubac. And Zubac is a decent big man, but he's not a really, really good big man, because over the last couple seasons watching Zubac, the talent is there, but it hasn't really fully developed into what a lot of people thought he could be, which is a more, which is maybe at least a 16 and 10 guy. Because to me, Zubac should at least be 16 and 10 every game, no doubt about it. Not 10 and 5, 10 and 8. 16 and 10 is what Zubac should be looking like every single night consistently. And the fact that he's not there, man, that could be also due to the fact that, he's not given much opportunity to score, but at the same time, when he is given opportunity, he doesn't really put up numbers that ravishing, I should say. So, you gotta look at that, from two angles. Yeah, he can put up points at times. I've seen him have 20, 30-point games at times, but he never can be consistent with 20-plus point games, because, like I said, he just doesn't really become aggressive on offense the way he should. And I don't really think that's what they have him for, to become aggressive on offense. They more or less have him for, rebounds, doing the dirty work, and, throw the ball to the paint into him at times to feed him, to make him feel, part of the team. But clearly, listening to Ty Lue about a couple weeks ago, in regards to this, they're definitely wanting to go small ball. And I understand that the NBA is definitely predominantly small ball, but at the same time, what makes the Clippers unique is the fact that they have somebody like a Zubac who has a good touch around the paint, who has a good understanding of, the game itself, but he just hasn't really put it all together to me. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, honestly, with Zubac being their only option, I can see why Ty Lue said, let's just go small ball, because they don't really have a big man that they can really depend on like that, to the degree where he can just dominate. They just got a big man that, is solid, but they don't have a dominant big man. Not like a Giannis, not like a Anthony Davis when he's healthy or something like that. They don't have that. So with that being said, it really, they have to kind of play small ball, but I still think they need to find some more pieces in the center position, just to have that backup there, just in case they have to switch up their game plan depending on who they play in the playoffs, and depending on what matchup they find in the playoffs that might irritate them a little bit, because there's certain matchups where it might irritate. Like if they had to play a team like Memphis, having all these forwards that they're having and signing a guy like Malik Fitz, he's not going to really make a difference. He's just more or less somebody that's going to fill a roster spot. I wouldn't be surprised if this new guy, Malik Fitz, they signed basically from the Celtics, doesn't even get any playing time, because he damn sure didn't get any with the Celtics. Not that I saw. mean, I didn't see him play for the Celtics. I didn't see him get many playing time. If he did get any playing time, it had to have been when they were up by 30 or everybody in the starting lineup took off a night and didn't play. That's the only time I could see somebody like this guy possibly playing, because I never even heard of him. He more or less probably is a G League player, or even if he wasn't one, he's really not that well known in the NBA, and I really don't know anything about him. And at this point, it just seems like the Clippers are more or less just trying to find bodies to fulfill what they need, not really just, trying to find a fit, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they feel they have everything they need in regards to winning and being the team they need to be, which they do. But so I guess adding these little pieces here and there is just rounding off the roster the way they feel like it should be rounded off. And if that's the case, and that's the notion, of course they should definitely keep doing that, because you definitely want, a full roster, because you have to have a full roster by the start of the season, and you have to have everybody in place at that time. So I can see why the Clippers are doing this, but at the same time, the big man is very well needed. And if they don't think so, they will find themselves in a dogfight in a 7-game series in the playoffs, the way they did a couple seasons ago, without that big man that they can rely on and change the game when the other team decides to play half-court basketball. Because when teams decide to play half-court basketball, it's going to be tough to counteract what they're doing, because that's one reason why they fell to the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets got a big man that they trust, a big man that's a star player in this league in Jokic, but at the same time, that's a big man they can throw the ball into. He can score on his own, he can pass the ball, he can shoot. You see what I'm saying? And they go through him for offense, but when they decide to play half-court basketball, Michael Porter and, Jamal Murray, then it's like, oh, okay, they can switch that too. And that's why I said the Clippers need to be more versatile in that area, because you need to be able to switch that. You need to be able to play half-court basketball in a 7-game series, which that's where the game slows down in the playoffs, and be able to play, and they're going to have to be able to, play small ball and get the best out of people, but I think they also have to be able to be versatile and get the big man going as well. So, like I said, you don't want to face a team like a Denver, and you got a mismatch there, because that's what hurt you the first time. So, hopefully, Moses Brown lives up to what they think. Hopefully, they can get the best out of him as a backup center, along with Zubac staying healthy, being the starting center, so they can, switch up their style if they need to, just in case the matchup they get is unfavorable for them when they get to the playoffs, and then utilize that to their advantage, and then just kind of go from there. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.